and welcome to Active Bright Fitness Systems. Thank you for clicking on the video. And this video is all about, do we need to stretch, should we stretch, and why we should stretch. Please subscribe, please follow, please like. And with my 25 years of training clients and working myself out for 33 years, if not more, I believe that stretching is majorly important, even if you're not exercising. And the reason being is that as we get older, the body gets more toxic and more bogged down, and the body starts to lose muscle, the body starts to lose strength, and the body loses flexibility. So it's really important that you should stretch at any age, maybe not when you're a baby, but as you get to like 11 onwards, you should be stretching. But where many people go wrong is that they're not stretching specifically for where they're tight. Many people will go, I'm stretching my hamstrings, Scott, I'm stretching my quads, but their hamstrings are long and weak, but their quads are short and tight. So they may be doing the hamstring, but not doing the quad, or vice versa. So it's really important for you to have an orthopaedic assessment to find out exactly what your body needs. Now, I know some numpties put a video up talking about that you can stretch during your exercise. Of course you can if you're doing a lat pull down and certain things, but it just isn't enough. And the way that I look at it is that if the science is saying that stretching is not needed, and if you was to run from a tiger or run from the bus, you don't need a stretch. Now, if you're running for the bus, you're not running for the bus for an hour. If you're running from a saber-toothed tiger, hopefully you're not running for an hour, because it'd eat you at the end of the hour, wouldn't it? And we've got to remember that everybody keeps talking about science this, science that. Now, I believe that, yeah, it's good to know the science, but not get overly bogged down by the science, because a lot of science is bought and paid for by different companies, and scientists will be putting it out there to release their book or to release some product that they're trying to sell. So they're not necessarily doing it with good morals. They're doing it because they just want to make money. Does that make sense? Or putting that information out. So if a study's done on 1,000 people, say for flexibility in the hamstrings, and that doing waiter's bow for a hamstring stretch, I'll do a video on that later, was good for stretching the hamstrings, then you would know it was a good study and it was in depth enough. Does that make sense? Then the other thing you've got to look at is if we didn't need to stretch, a physio would not give it to you in your program. So I see many physio programs from clients that have been to see the physio are not very happy with the physio because of some physios go to university, become a physio because of the name physio, but they don't do it on themselves. Does that make sense? The same with some personal trainers will personal train clients, but they don't look after their own diet and lifestyle, or they're not doing the stretching, or they're not doing corrective exercise. Does that make sense? So they can't sell to you what they don't know about, if that makes sense. So most physios will study pain and areas of pain, as well as pain medication and different types of pain medication. And then they'll look at muscles that are tight, which may be around the pain area, that you can get looser, and the muscle that's weak around the pain area. So you strengthen the muscle that's weak and loosen the muscle that's tight to get that part of the body into alignment that gets the body out of pain, hopefully. Does that make sense? So I just had a call from a client this morning talking about how he'd been to see the physio, osteopath, chiropractor, all these different professionals, and he's not been able to get out of pain. But he's Asian, and most Asians have very bad muscle proportion on their body, and they will find it hard to gain muscle as well as hard to get out of pain. And I've worked with a few now with lower back pain or pain all over their body because of eating the same diet of rice and uh, peppers and a little bit of meat, but too much carbohydrate. Does that make sense? So when it comes to stretching, my top tips is warm up your body before you exercise, which everyone must do. Then do specific stretches that you need for your body. So if you've not seen a master chest practitioner like myself, or you're seeing your PT, you must make sure they understand flexibility and what muscles tight, what muscles weak, what muscles long, in which for you to rebalance the kinesiology of your body. Does that make sense? And the older you get, the more you should be doing it. So I use the Theragun. I stretch every night before bed, in which to keep my flexibility really good and to keep myself out of pain. So my argument is with a lot of the science that they keep bringing out, you know, they've done the science to death on creatine, but the guys that take creatine will say it enhances my physique, I get stronger, I feel better. You get a little bit of water retention with creatine, but the benefits from it are massive. The same with, if you're sitting at a desk all day and you're getting lower back pain, it could be that the hamstrings are too tight. If you're standing at a computer for 8 hours a day, then that will cause lots of problems in the lower back as well, because the muscles will become restricted, and nobody really stands for 8 hours. Does that make sense? You've got to be sitting, moving around. You wouldn't normally be standing for 8 hours, but I know if you're a shopkeeper, you may be standing all day long because you've got people coming in and out and you're serving and you're not sitting down and taking a break. And this is why it's so important to, you know, move the body every 15 minutes, but don't overdo it, especially if you've got a spinal pathology or some sort of pain you're going through. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please follow, please like wherever the buttons are, and read my blog at the bottom. Go to my website. I've done a big blog about stretching and flexibility. I will upload some videos on how to do individual stretches to help you. But remember that if you're not seeing another person to find out what's weak, what's tight, what's long and what's short in the body, then you're really just guessing and you're just doing a stretch for the sake of doing the stretch, not knowing whether it's causing a problem or really giving you enhancement in your body. Does that make sense? So please click the link below, read the blog, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon. Thank you very much for listening to me today. Peace out, working on the arms. I'm dropping a bit of body fat at the moment, which is pretty good. And I'll talk to you very soon. Thanks very much. Peace out. Lots of love. Bye.